Are you eating enough whole grains? Chances are you're not. The recommended amount is at least 3 ounces per day. Hi viewers, and welcome back to another Bestie video. Whole grains are an essential part of a healthy diet. They're very nutritious because they contain the fiber-rich outer bran layer, the nutrient-packed germ, and the starchy endosperm. In the past, they were thought to provide mostly fiber to promote digestive and heart health. But newer research has revealed that they provide additional vitamins, minerals, high levels of antioxidants, and other healthy plant-based nutrients. And in today's video, we'll tell you about the healthiest whole grain foods that you should be eating regularly. From sorghum, buckwheat, rye, barley, to millets, and more. Watch until the end to learn about all of them. Number 1. Oats. Oats are rich in antioxidants that are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. They're also high in a type of soluble fiber that lowers bad cholesterol and increases good cholesterol. They may also reduce the risk of some type of cancers. They contain compounds that lower blood pressure as well. They are a good source of fiber, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, thiamine, manganese, and selenium. Oats are naturally gluten-free, but may be processed with other grains that contain gluten, so be sure to check the label for the gluten-free certification. What's your favorite oats recipe? Tell us quickly down below in the comments section. Number 2. Amaranth. Gluten-free amaranth is considered a complete protein. This is because it contains all the essential amino acids in proportions that humans need, including lysine, which other grains tend to lack. Additionally, it's a good source of minerals such as iron and selenium. In South America, it's popped like miniature popcorn. If you love pasta, then you can use amaranth as a substitute for couscous. You can also use amaranth flour to make healthy baked goods such as zucchini bread, carrot cake, or banana nut muffins and pancakes. Number 3. Sorghum. Largely known in the United States for its livestock feed, sorghum has recently been embraced for its versatility by the gluten-free community. Cooked sorghum has a chewy texture similar to Israeli couscous, while popped sorghum is a pint-sized version of popcorn. You can also use its flour in gluten-free baking. Number 4. Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel bread is made from refined wheat and pulverized whole wheat, millet, barley, spelt, soybeans, and lentils, all of which are sprouted. The sprouting process is fairly simple. Water is added to the grown grains already high in nutrients. This releases their energy and maximizes nutrition and flavor. It also makes it easier for your body to absorb the grain's nutrients like calcium, magnesium, iron, copper, and zinc. Number 5. Spelt. Spelt is a type of wheat that's higher in protein than other types. Providing 10.7 grams per cup, you can easily sub spelt flour for wheat flour in recipes. Although some studies have called it safe for folks with wheat intolerances, a 2018 review advises that they may still want to avoid it since the research is spotty. In other words, researchers haven't yet spelled out whether it's gluten-free. Number 6. Buckwheat. This gluten-free whole grain is typically eaten as a cereal, used in Japanese noodles and in granola, pancakes, or crepes. It contains antioxidants that are associated with the prevention of cancer and heart disease. Buckwheat is also high in soluble fiber. Not all of the grain is digestible, which may help improve blood cholesterol and manage blood glucose. A quarter cup uncooked is 160 calories, 34 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of dietary fiber, and 5 grams of protein. It's also high in magnesium, copper, and manganese. Number 7. Farro. This ancient grain looks a lot like brown rice and has a nutty flavor. It can be prepared like risotto and is easy to add to stews, casseroles, and salads. It's loaded with iron, which helps your body make hemoglobin and deliver oxygen to all parts of your body. It also contains fiber, protein, and magnesium. A half-cup serving of cooked farro has 7 grams of fiber, or 25% of your dietary value, 7 grams of protein, and 37 grams of carbs. Number 8. Wheat berries. Wheat berries look similar to brown rice. They have a dense, chewy texture and a slightly nutty flavor that's super satisfying. They also contain more protein and fiber cup for cup than quinoa. This makes it an excellent locally grown grain choice on a plant-based diet. Number 9. Groats. Whole oat groats also look similar to wheat berries, and you can use them in a similar way. When they're cut, they become steel-cut oats. When they're rolled, they become rolled or old-fashioned oats. And if rolled finely and steamed, quick or instant oats. They're fantastic because of their soluble fiber content, which is very soothing to the gut and helps promote the growth of beneficial bacteria in the gut. Conventional oats do not contain gluten per se. They are, however, cross-contaminated with gluten. You can now also find 100% gluten-free oats. Check the label. Number 10. Brown rice. Brown rice is really just white rice in its natural state. It still has the brownish color bran covering, so it's a bit higher in fiber and more nutritious than white rice. Brown rice is high in selenium and manganese. It takes a bit longer to cook and has a chewier texture, but it can be used in most recipes that call for regular rice. And just like white rice, brown rice is available in several varieties, including long, medium, and short grain rice. If you thought brown rice was the only alternative to white rice, we've got news for you. There are other healthier options as well. To know what we're talking about, watch this video titled 10 Healthy Alternatives to White Rice. Now back to the healthiest whole grain foods. Number 11. Kamut. Kamut is an ancient form of wheat with a buttery flavor and higher protein content. It's also high in iron and magnesium. It's not all that easy to locate, but you might find puffed cereal, crackers, and kamut flour in the natural food section of the grocery store or whole food specialty stores. Number 12. Rye. Rye is a gluten grain that's high in fiber and low on the glycemic index, so it might be good if you're watching your carb intake. It's also high in vitamin B6, iron, and magnesium. It's found in the Nordic diet, for example, in pumpernickel bread. You'll find rye bread and rye flour in the grocery store. In some areas, you might be able to find triticale, which is a hybrid of wheat and rye. Number 13. Corn. Often categorized as a vegetable, corn is actually a grain. While it may attract skepticism because of its use in unhealthy products such as high fructose corn syrup, corn in its purest form is packed with antioxidants. Look for it in an assortment of colors: yellow, white, blue, and even purple. And make sure you eat it straight from the cob or toast the kernels for popcorn. Number 14. Bulgur. Another derivative of wheat is the result of boiling, drying, and cracking wheat kernels. It's incredibly versatile and cooks in about the same amount of time as pasta. With 8.19 grams of fiber per cup, Bulgur beats quinoa, oats, millet, buckwheat, and corn in that category. Number 15. Barley. Barley is traditionally served in soups, salads, grain bowls, and more. It contains a higher amount of dietary fiber than any other grain. Plus, it has an array of phytochemicals and soluble fibers. These antioxidants can reduce bad cholesterol and build immunity. A quarter cup of uncooked whole barley is 160 calories, 34 grams of carbohydrates, 8 grams of dietary fiber, and 6 grams of protein. It's also high in manganese, selenium, and B vitamins. Number 16. Whole wheat. Whole wheat flour has a darker color and heavier texture than white refined flour because it still has its fibery husk. Whole wheat has grown in popularity, so it's easy enough to find products in the grocery store. Be sure to look for whole wheat flour on the list of ingredients. Some products claim to be made with whole wheat, but if you see regular flour listed first, then it has more white flour than whole wheat flour. Number 17. Millet. This gluten-free Asian grain is used in porridge, to make congee, and stir-fried dishes. A quarter cup uncooked millet is 210 calories, 42 grams of carbs, 3 grams dietary fiber, and 5 grams protein. It's high in antioxidants, manganese, and it's also a good source of magnesium, phosphorus, copper, thiamine, and niacin. Number 18. Teff. These tiny grains punch way above their weight class, nutritionally speaking. 1 cup provides 123 milligrams of calcium. It's also a good source of vitamin C, plus it's gluten-free. Teff primarily contains high-resistant starch, which lab studies suggest may help prevent colon cancer. You don't immediately digest resistant starches when they travel through your small intestine. Instead, they hang out in your large intestine, where bacteria feed on them. In doing so, they create fatty acids that make the environment less welcoming to bacteria that can harm your colon. Teff's tiny size allows it to cook quickly compared to other grains. It takes anywhere from 12 to 20 minutes, depending on the desired texture. Number 19. Freekeh. Freekeh is a wheat that's harvested early when the leaves are yellow and the seeds are green and soft. It's then roasted to give it a smoky flavor. It provides more than 4 times as much protein as brown rice and has a low glycemic index. Plus, it boasts a ton of fiber, which is good for your colon. You can get freaky with Freekeh by cooking it similarly to rice. It absolutely bangs in pilaf and risottos. While incorporating these whole grains into your diet will do your health a world of good, it's equally important for you to avoid refined grains. Get to know more about the foods that contain maximum refined grains by learning about foods you must avoid if you want to lose weight, or foods to avoid at all costs if you want a healthier liver. These 2 videos will definitely help you avoid unhealthy grains for a healthier body. Which whole grains are part of your regular diet? Let us know in the comment section below.